Hello everyone, really social tutorial video here to show you how to designate who is going to see your social media posts. Very vital at any time, particularly during somewhat political seasons. Let's jump into it. First we're going to start with Facebook. So here we are on my Facebook profile. And so I'm showing you basically what you would see on if you visit my profile. Obviously I have a little background because I can edit stuff. But I want to specifically show you, here is where you share a post and how you can designate who's going to see that post. So anytime you do a Facebook post, you can set it to a few different things, actually several. If you want it to be public to anyone on the internet, that does not just mean Facebook, it means that this post could be found by anyone searching the internet, whether they are on Facebook or not. You want to set it as a public post. That's why it has a little globe to let you know the world can see this post. One quick thing about Facebook posts as well, at any time you can change the visibility of a post too. So if it winds up getting a little blowing up in your face, you can always reel it back, the people who have seen it. Then you have your friends. So if you choose friends, that means only people that you've added as a friend on Facebook will see this post. All right, so it'll appear in their timeline. If they go visit your profile because they missed the post, they can see it based on what they're viewing when they're viewing your profile. But we have some more options here as well. Let's say you want to test out a post and see what it looks like, if it's what you want it to appear. You can select only me, and that means that you're the only one that can see that post. It's pretty much invisible to anybody else. Nobody else knows it went up. Then you've got some custom options which basically lead to all these down here. Now Facebook lets you designate close friends. These are people you star as saying, hey, I always want to know when they post. And if you do that, then these are the people that you can designate to say, I only want my close friends to see this post. But you can also set up lists for family and set up other lists. So I've got a list of BNI people I know who are in my BNI group, and even some other lists too. So if you do custom, it'll let you open this up as well. You could say no to friends or do friends of friends. That would mean that not only is your post visible by your friends, but also any ancillary friends that they might have. And my cat's making a video bomb as he usually does. So friends of friends means it does go a bit broader. It's not fully public, but you are getting those kind of third circle eyeballs on it. You also can set the don't share with these people or lists. And you can say, I absolutely don't want this particular person or this particular list of people to see what I'm about to post. All right. So this is from, again, a profile, a personal profile on Facebook, not to be confused with a page. So I'm going to hop over to my business manager page, and this is how I access my Facebook page. You can access yours just normally, but I wind up dealing with a lot of pages. So if we're in the page, when you share from a page is essentially a website on Facebook. Now we all know how websites work. If you put it up on a .com, it's visible to anyone on the internet. If you've published it on a .com, it's visible. The same thing happens with when you post from a Facebook page. Now, you can select preferred audiences, and you have to set this up as a setting for your page to be able to do this. But you can choose a preferred audience that says, okay, well, I really want people who are interested in hockey, ice hockey, to be able to see this post. Okay, so you can do that, but and then also set some restrictions saying, I don't want this post to be seen by kids under the age of 18, perhaps, or something like that. So you can set those things up, but primarily that's all you have. Otherwise, these posts are going to be fully public. All right, we've talked about Facebook. I want to move over to LinkedIn really quick because that is yet another place where you can designate who can see your posts. Let's go. LinkedIn. You'll see that I am actually on the home feed of my profile. I know this because it's got my name and stuff up here, but then here are all the things that are appearing in my feed based on who I follow. Now, I have the option here to share an update. So I can type whatever I want in here. I basically have three options on LinkedIn. To share with public works just like Facebook, where if it's public, it's to the world. No one has to be a LinkedIn.com user to be able to see that post. If they do an internet search, this post could come up as being attributed to you. You also could select just your connections. Now that goes strictly to your people that you have willfully chosen to connect with on LinkedIn. So that's only to those people. It's not to anyone else or anyone connected to them. those are the people that you've decided to connect with on LinkedIn. You actionably added them as a connection, okay? Same thing with friends as on Facebook. Lastly, if you have your Twitter account connected to your LinkedIn profile, which you can do, and you can set up more than one actually, you could say, I'd like this to not only be public to the world at large, I'd also like to get this tweeted out by my handle. So then you're kind of double dutying and hitting over to Twitter and sending it out that way. Just keep in mind, LinkedIn does not use hashtags. So if you add any hashtags in here, people are going to be like, why are you doing hashtags on your LinkedIn update? They'll know that this, was going over to somewhere else. Okay? Now, real quick, let's look at a LinkedIn page, because some of us have LinkedIn pages. This works very similarly to a Facebook page where it is fully public. And anyone who goes and visits this page, even whether they're following or not, can see the post. However, you could target the audience of each post through company size, industry, functions, seniority, geography, and language preference. Essentially, that means this post will get delivered to the feeds of people who meet these criteria. Always helps the more followers you have. And again, LinkedIn pages, sometimes it's hard to get a big following. It takes a lot of time and effort. All right, we talked about audiences for LinkedIn posts, whether you're doing from your personal profile or a public page. Let's hop to Twitter, where basically the world is your audience. Come on over. We are on Twitter. Woohoo! So we're looking at my home feed. This tells me I am Rachel, and it's got my little avatar up here. It tells me, yes, this is Rachel's account. Here's my feed of all the people I follow, which again just cycles up amazingly. You'll notice I can start a tweet right here. I have 0 options for targeting. There is no way on Twitter for me to say I only want certain people to see this. Twitter is entirely public. Can be seen by any internet search, and even if you delete it, the internet caches it and stuff, but still, Twitter moves so quickly, chances are if you tweet it, even if you delete it 5 seconds later, somebody saw that tweet. This is why it's very important to be careful about what you tweet. Watch your spelling, watch your tenor, watch your agenda, watch all the things that you could be tweeting out. All you can do here is add emojis or location or some pictures and stuff. You cannot narrow your audience on Twitter. If you did want to narrow your audience, you would have to go into messaging and direct message somebody. And you can direct message more than one person at a time. You can start a group. But that is the only privacy available on Twitter. We clear? If it's tweeted, it's public, no matter what. So don't get surprised if you decide to tweet something out and everybody can see it. This is, it's public, it's to the world, it is the soapbox that anyone can see, all right? Lastly, let's move over to YouTube, which is an excellent tool for getting some visibility for you. All right, we're here on my YouTube channel. Now, I have admin rights on this, and you know you have admin rights when you start seeing all these options where it says, hey, gearboxes, viewing as yourself, viewing as a returning subscriber. So that's how you know you have backdoor access to this. So when you have that level of access to a YouTube channel, you're the one uploading the videos. Therefore, you can select how the videos are viewed. So I'm going to hop into the most recent video I popped up there. And you'll notice that it already has little icons saying public right there, okay? Now, if I click on that public, so I'm in the editing capability for the info and settings of this particular video. Now, it's set to public, which again means anyone searching on the internet. If somebody were to go type in how to use Snapchat Stories search, they could likely come up and, Google would recommend to them, or Bing or Yahoo would say, hey, there's a YouTube video called How to Use Snapchat Stories, and it's public. Go see it. Okay? It would be served right up on a platter. Public is ideal if you want more eyeballs. However, you have a couple other options, particularly if you're in the stage of wanting to kind of fine-tune and edit the video before unleashing it to the public. You can also set the video as unlisted. Now, unlisted essentially just means it's still out there in public, but it's not listed. It doesn't appear, if somebody goes and looks up your YouTube channel, they're not going to see that video as a video that you sport on that on your channel. But if somebody, if you give the link to somebody, or if they have access to the link to this particular video, as long as they have the link, they can get to it and it's fine. So this comes in particularly handy if you don't necessarily want someone to see a video yet on your channel and you want to kind of work with it. Maybe you want to share it out and let a couple people review it. You're okay if someone stumbles upon it. It's not going to kill anything. Now, if you are needing to nail it down, private is your final option. Private means 0 people know this video exists except for you, okay? And also anyone admin on the channel. Only people who administrate this channel will be able to see this video. You can share the link to a private video, but you have to do it directly through YouTube, and it sends it to someone's email for you. So, if you do that, again, it's only going to be seen by people with the emails that you designate. So this is locking it down. If you have a video you just want 0 people to see because it's very private, set it to private. Just remember, if you have more than one admin on your channel, they can see it too. Plus, they could change it to unlisted or public. Be mindful of that. A couple of last thoughts about this. And this is what this month's blog is about by Really Social, and really just some ways to keep you guys safe. You always need to be mindful of your audience. And as you have more platforms and use more profiles, that's exceptionally hard to keep up with. The more followers you have, the harder it is to keep track of them. You have to assume that your worst enemy at any moment could see anything you post. I know that doesn't sound fun and as impromptu and off the cuff as we might like. That's the way it is. You need to own what you post. If you put words or meanings or agendas or pictures out there, you need to be able to defend that strongly and authentically, and be willing to learn and say, maybe we need to delete that because we didn't foresee all the implications or reactions to what we posted. I also advise you to remember that the internet has the memory of an elephant. Everything that happens and is published on the internet is saved somewhere. I always like to envision some guy in a basement who spends all his waking hours screenshotting every single thing he sees on the internet, because somebody out there probably has seen what you posted, even if you deleted it, and it can and will be used against you later, okay? So also think of that, and just the fact that the internet saves everything. Even if you delete it back off, it's cached somewhere, all right? Walk safely, confidently, and securely in social media, but always be mindful of that audience and use the tools we've covered in this video to help you narrow that audience, use those tools, and make sure you have as much control as possible over what you post. With that, have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video.